Hello, beautiful people. I know you're all wondering why you're seeing two different people on the standpoint today. Yes, tonight we own the show. Me, myself, and King. But he wants me to call him Bliss. Tonight we are going to host Oheneyere Gifty Auntie. Being here is just a dream come true for me because I've been watching this woman when I was 6 years. That is about some 20-something years ago. It used to be only GTV in the whole of Ghana. I hope you believe what I'm saying. People my age know what I'm talking about. Well, today I get this opportunity from this same woman. I saw her as my mentor, and she's still my mentor. She's given me this opportunity to be on the standpoint, to interview her, so that you Ghanaians, or wherever the world you may be, would know who she is. Who is Gifty Auntie is the reason why we are here. My name is Cynthia Temayeboa, and people call me Tima Kunkum. And I'm doing this with...
Hey, my name is King. People, do the calculations over there. 6 years and 20-something. Yes, it's quite a crafty way to hide your age.
Like, really?
Anyways, welcome to the... Hey, a man is hosting a standpoint. Hello, do you see this? This was happening? It's quite amazing. Today is a very big day in my young TV career. I get the opportunity to interview a woman who has been on TV for over 20 years and has been there, done that. She has empowered women with this show for 10 years, and today I'm here to talk about the masculine side instead of the feminine side for the last 10 years. Had to take some of the power back for you guys. My name is King. After the break, we have a big interview you can only have on the standpoint.
Before the break, Bless, this is the standpoint. Listen to the feminine side. You all know it's not listening to the male side. So after the break is when we decide who is going to be who on the show. We'll be right back.
Tima is so
We'll be right back.
I'm a beneficiary of the Girl in Need Foundation. Some time ago, there was no hope for me to go to school, but through the Girl in Need Foundation, I was able to complete my secondary education.
I quite remember when we completed JHS, things became very, very tough. But with the help of God and the help of this foundation, which is the Girl in Need Child Foundation, now we are who we are today.
And this foundation has really helped me.
So I'm pleading with you that you help with any amount you have.
Please give something out. Donate at least 1 cedi for a girl. Will change one's life.
Remember, your 1 cedi can touch a life out there, can make impact in the life of somebody.
Welcome back from the break. It's rare that you have a guest who owns the show, but in this case, she doesn't anymore because I am here. Thank you for joining us on this standpoint. I'm here to offer you some masculine side as this show has offered a feminine side for a decade. My guest is, according to Google, an ace broadcaster and a decorated feminist. Of course, rightly so. She has inspired many women and she has many daughters. And she's so passionate about women that she made a big statement on my own TV show, "Your vagina belongs to you." Pretty big statement it was. And everybody was really happy to hear that. She has many daughters, but she is a mother to one special one. And she's called Nyami Enimonyam. Very lovely woman. I believe after all her accomplishments, motherhood comes first. So we'd like to welcome to my show Nyami Enimonyam's mother. Hello, Oheneyere.
Hi, Ken.
Good evening.
Good evening.
You look amazing.
Thank you. I tried with the two of you here. I had to keep up.
How do you feel about me taking over your show?
Excited.
Excited?
Excited, because I think this is about the second time. When the standpoint was 5 years, we also had that one. I was ambushed. I didn't know. I thought I was having guests, and then they tended to interview me. And then today, having the two of you, I said two of my favorite presenters. You know, I follow the two of you,
Thank you
as well. So I'm honored to be interviewed by the two of you.
Oheneyere, thank you so much for acknowledging both of us. You know, that is why I love Standpoint, because it stands for feminism. Ken here decided to sideline me when he was doing the interview to usher you in. So the reason why I love Oheneyere Gifty is that she never discriminates.
Thank you.
This is listen to the feminine side. Ken wanted to do it, listen to the male side. So masculine side.
Sips a drink.
Okay, you better drink everything before we go on. So I am taking this opportunity to thank Oheneyere so much for giving me, I mean, this platform. When I was called, I was like, really? I didn't believe it. I called back again and I said, are you sure it's me? Maybe you missed the numbers. Maybe it's 7, you called 6. They said, no. Oheneyere says, Tima, you're coming to interview her on the show. It's a big deal, and we all want to know who Oheneyere Gifty Auntie is. I've been watching this woman when I was 6 years old. My father can attest to that. I decided to love GTV News because of Oheneyere. If she's not reading, I'm not watching. So thank God that today I get to live my dream. This is a dream come true for me. So use that to know and get to know her well. Oheneyere, you're welcome to the Standpoint.
Thank you.
Tonight, I and Bliss Ken. I won't discriminate.
Thank
Okay,
you.
You're welcome to our show.
Right. Thank you.
So, a little research tells me that when you were younger, things were tough and you were hawking. What were you hawking?
Key soap. Do you know what you used to call "Don't touch me"?
No, I don't know.
You were
Azuma
born.
Blues.
Azuma Blues.
Oh, the
you know,
white one.
The white one. There was one too that is very colored. Those times, you know, now it's refined. Those times, you know, if you're not careful, it touches you, can peel off your skin.
Yeah.
It was that toxic, you know. But then it was doing the cleaning of the house and cleaning of the toilet basin and stuff like
So you were
that. So
hawking that in the
I was
streets.
hawking that, and then the few times too I got to spend with my mother at Mankesim. I used to sell with her at the Mankesim market what we call broniwe with second-hand clothing.
Yeah.
My mother dealt in second-hand clothing. So yeah.
How many years did you sell with your mom?
My mom, I didn't spend much time. You know, it was only when I was at Infantsmine Girls Secondary School that sometimes when we vacate, I get to spend 2 or 3 days with her, and then we'll go to the market, we'll do it. And then when school reopens, I also get to spend some few days with her, and then we did that. So let's say till even up to lower 6. Yeah. Lower 6 from
you heard
from
lower 6.
to
You heard that.
lower 6, yes.
Let that
No,
sink
you
in.
did it, yeah.
Lower 6.
Lower 6, yes.
So you're also skilled as a carpenter, true? I mean, how do you, how does a woman move from hawking stuff and being skilled as a carpenter?
You know,
The hustle must be real.
Oh yeah, the hustle was real, and the hustle is still real. You know, what we did was in those days we used to have wall hangers, and those ones it's carvings. You know, they do the Jinami sign or do a figure or something, then you stick it on another board, and then they hang it on your wall. But I met these 2 young men who were doing that, and I think I'd finished 6th form, and I decided to join them to earn something. So what they do is they will cut the wood and the designs, and then I will sandpaper it and lacquer it. I still have some mark here. You can see from sandpapering.
Oh, wow.
You know, yeah.
I mean, who would have believed that you were a carpenter?
So were you getting paid for doing that?
It wasn't pay. It was like a commission.
Wow.
It depends on what you sell,
Okay.
and then you get something out of it. Yeah. So it wasn't like a monthly pay. Or no, it wasn't like that.
So you set out early to earn money for yourself because
Yes.
things were hard at home.
Oh yes, things were hard. So I had to, hustle and make some money. And my dad was doing everything he could. I'm sure you've read that my father became a security man as well, a watchman. Yeah. So he could see us through school, but. Wow. Sometimes it gets to you that see this elderly man. I'm a pension baby, so
Yeah.
my father was quite old, and he still has to hustle. So you had to do something, you know, to support.
But the fact that you stood up and you didn't even go about sleeping with men, but rather decided to work, is just an inspiration to everybody.
You mean Kofi Cheba? Mr. Christian, no, Samuel Christian, Kofi Chei, auntie's daughter. You will whip the light out of me.
Wow. So when did your career start?
My career as a journalist.
Yes.
Well,
Before that, did you start as a floor manager actually?
Yes, I did.
GTV.
And I was proud
How
of
was
it.
it like you?
Those
Controlling the
times, you
floor.
know, you control them behind them. And just the fact that your name will come on, Gifty acting. That was all.
Floor
Your
manager.
name will come, floor manager. And I directed maybe, let's say, Auntie Beatrice, Madame Beatrice Edu. I was the floor manager for Beatrice. I was in heaven. And my father was excited about it. You see my name on the floor manager. So that was it. But journalism, I would say, that found me, because I said, if you came from the background that I came from, you know, all you wanted was to do some work, make some money, you know, take care of yourself and help your family. And my father was the center of everything. I wanted to be able to take care of my father, to make my father proud. So I wanted to do public relations. And I went to work at Internal Revenue, in fact, not work, do internship when I was at GIJ. Internship at Internal Revenue. And I met a man who said, Gifty, go and try the media and let's see. I went to Ghanaian Times. I met Madame Leslie from Asari. I always mention her name. She's my professional godmother, and she pushed. And then one day, my story made the front page headline.
Wow.
Big news.
And my father's reaction told me that there's no way, there's no going back.
Okay.
You were there. He moved from house to house in Tema to show everybody that newspaper.
That is my daughter.
That is my daughter.
That is my daughter. Journalism has taken you on such a journey.
Yeah.
You were presidential correspondent for years.
Yes.
And you traveled to many countries.
Yeah.
Which country made such an impression on you when you landed as part of your travels?
Singapore.
Singapore. Why so?
Singapore was, you know, how orderly that country was, you know, how clean. You know, what amazed me was when the presidential convoy is coming, or police is coming, ambulance is coming, no siren, just the light flashing. Everybody gives way.
A lot of discipline.
Wow.
Everybody gives way. We were taken to a school where taxi drivers were schooled on the history and then the tourist, you know, attractions of Singapore. So once you sit in a taxi, he is telling you everything.
Wow. It's
He
amazing.
knows everything.
It's a tourist.
It was amazing. And the fact that even the harbor was a tourist attraction, it was just amazing. And then the second one was Australia.
Okay.
Australia, we're taken to a place, in fact, we were lodging at a place called Mululaba. It's a beach, you know, town, and it is beautiful.
So I more want to know about your relationship aspect, your personal life. People say women in the media are not fortunate when it comes to relationship. And is it true that it affected you?
It never did. It never did. And maybe my background also contributed to it, because I don't say this with pride, but I come from a broken home. You know, I grew up with just my father. My mother and my father were never together. So it wasn't really a big deal. And my father was always be a go-getter. My father never put pressure on me, and you have to get married. I want to see. I don't think we ever had that conversation with between my father and I. So it didn't, but yes, there were times that it will get to you because of the comment people will pass, and how, because you're single, you get close to somebody and immediately you're suspect, because, you know, you're going to have an affair with the person's, you know, husband and stuff like that. And, you know, I became a reference point. Oh, you want to be a presenter, you want to be outspoken, you'll be like Gifty Auntie. No man will marry you. I actually had a program here where I had student leaders, and I was shocked. And all of them were telling me that each one of them, when they wanted to contest for the student leadership, they were told that if you want to be like Gifty Auntie, you won't get any man to marry you. You become old and you won't have a child and stuff like to discourage them.
Let's stay on that tip for a bit. Did rumors about you and former President Kufuor break you? Were those difficult times for you?
Yeah, there were difficult times.
How did you handle it?
Well, I just told myself that there's nothing I can do about it. What people would say, those who believe it, and especially when I got to find out that people were deliberately doing it, were saying it. Let me tell you that I was working with my brother from another, Kwame Sefakai. That time my father had died. I had come from school in London, and we were working. He was helping me, he was just driving me around to buy stuff for the funeral. And then all I heard was, telling you people, why are they worried a chick like that? What do you do, you? And then he said, hold on. And then he gave me the phone. So me, I thought it's one of his friends who liked me or something. So I just, hello, hi, who is? And the person says, who is this? And I said, my name is Gifty. And the person hung up. I said, oh, bro, why? The person hung up. He said, yeah, the person say, he see you for London right now, where you push from, where baby day inside, where the baby in eyes be like
Jack.
I heard that because there were rumors that you had a child with the ex-president.
Meanwhile, I was in Ghana working with the same person.
For you. We'll continue this conversation after the break. After the break, we speak more on Jack and everything that happened. You are watching The Standpoint. Yes. And we are live everywhere that you are.
And Bless Ken, who is always sidelining me. We'll be right back.
Water gives life. Water is life. Enjoy the pure, refreshing taste of Awake purified drinking water, which comes in a uniquely designed bottle with a lemon green tap. Water is your perfect way to stay hydrated. And remember, for every bottle you buy, an amount will be donated to the National Cardiothoracic Center, Ghana. Awake purified drinking water. One for life. For bulk purchase, contact 0262 351 251.
Hello, wonderful people. You're welcome back to The Standpoint. Today, we are making history because myself and Bliss Ken are interviewing Oheneyere Gifty auntie for her special birthday edition. So The Standpoint is supported by GTP, and then Ophelia Crossline Design sold it for her. Baba Cosmetics product gave her the makeup product, and Makeup and More applied it on her beautiful face. Sunbeats and all. Oh my God, they are the best. Tonight, I'm going to take one from auntie. She has to bless me with one because I am going to be the next Oheneyere Gifty auntie. I need to marry a king. And her hair is by Inshilor. Bless. Take the point.
Was that epic or what? The Standpoint is also supported by House of Foods, Casapreco Royal Drinks, Awake Purified Drinking Water, as well as Techniques, Dream Oval, Yep Cleaning Services, and this program is shown on ABN TV on Sky Channel 195, and also on Virgin TV Channel 842 in the UK. We are live abroad. Well, I'm Manoni. Yes, you're live on the Standpoint.
So during those times, were you in a relationship? Did it affect your work?
Those times, do I even remember if I was in a relationship? I don't, but that was a bit.
Is this a case where I lost count?
No, I keep very long relationships. Oh. When I go into a relationship, I stay in for a long time.
The average.
Oh, about 6 years.
How different is being married to a royal?
It's tough. It's tough.
It's tough.
Tell
me about it. I'm interested.
Everything you need to be extra careful, how you come out in public and, having the thing, you are kind of married to his people, his paramountcy, and because of who I am, everybody kind of rallies around me. So in everything you do, you need to consider all those people.
So does it
before you
affect
react.
your Christian faith?
No, not at all. Actually, for the past 2 years, Christmas we have it at the palace. We have church service at the palace. I take him.
You are changing the
I took him when I met him. I took him to church. We used to. I mean, we still go to church. It's quite recently he started fighting me that he was a Presbyterian, and I took him to Baptist. So since he has married me, we have to go back to Presby. But we've agreed we'll go to Baptist small, and then we'll go to Presby some. Yeah. And when you come to the palace, he keeps a Bible under his chair. Okay. Yeah, the Bible, the schnapp is on the side. The Bible is directly under his
That's
chair.
amazing.
We pray, and I always make him pray.
How did you know? What informed you choosing Nana and Sakwao as your partner?
Would I say?
I mean, after everyone said nobody's going to marry you.
I know, right?
You're the media girl who knows everybody.
People's, wife or people's girlfriend.
How did you know? What was that moment you realized this is the man I will spend the rest of my life with?
His persistence. And
be on top of the matter.
His persistence, he was very, very persistent. I mean, for example, he met me in June 2012. Okay. We started dating in October of that year. Not really on a serious note. And then I think the following year, February, he ambushed me in front of his family and proposed to me. Oh. And I actually, so it was barely, let's say, October, November, December.
Did you find that to be romantic?
5 months.
Or you were pissed off?
I was like, who does that in front of your family, I thought, listen, this is a serious guy. But I mean, like, he didn't give me the opportunity to say my small. So I had to say, yes. So later on I told him, listen, I was special to say that, let me think about it. So it took 2.5 years before I finally said, okay, you can go ahead and marry me.
Okay,
wow.
So
after he proposed, 2.5 years. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, so would you advise that if people go in a relationship and they are in the limelight, they should keep it on the low? They shouldn't bring it out to the media?
It depends. You see, I'm to make my show. So I get to tell my story a lot. Mm-hmm. But then, if the person you're dating or you're courting with, it's private, then you have no choice than to be private. But if the person is that, as lovey-dovey, you have to let everybody's, go by everybody's love language.
Okay.
Listen, I tell people that the people say, oh, when you do that, what if he doesn't marry you? Or what if you break up? So what?
Doesn't matter really.
It doesn't matter. I believe in, listen, enjoy it whilst it lasts.
Great.
I learned a bitter lesson years ago when I went to buy shoes, very expensive shoes.
And kept them inside.
And kept them. And they got lost.
I know. Or sometimes they get spoiled because their souls crack and all of that. Being married to a royal, is there pressure to have a male child?
Not at all.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. People say that because we've watched too many Nigerian movies.
I'm about to say Igwe kind of thing.
Yes. The Nigerians, is their sons who inherit them. Yeah. In our traditional setting, it is your sister's child, son, who, exactly. Or your cousins, there's the females in the family who give birth to the royals that will inherit the stool. It is not your wife, not your child. My husband, from day one, it was actually when I gave birth that he actually said that he was praying for a girl. He really wanted a daughter. He really wanted, but in the beginning he was like, oh, anything, boy or girl. I mean, it's just fine. It's just fine.
Okay, so we want to know how you met your husband.
I was actually on my way to go and publicize the 4th anniversary of the Standpoint at Rainbow Radio International.
Okay.
And he was a presenter. He was a host of the morning show there, and then he was like a station manager as well. So he was there through a friend of mine. We had to go through him, and when we got there, he was this man coming in with his swag and his walkings,
swag.
you know, his walkings and all that. And then he saw me and was like, Gifty auntie, you look prettier in person than on TV. I was like,
first pickup line, come on.
Really? Yeah, I smiled and said, okay. So we got talking, and then I gave him one of our T-shirts, so 4th anniversary. It was during the 10th anniversary that he finally was able to wear it.
Oh, wow.
Even the T-shirt didn't
6 years, bro. Come on. 6 years.
Yeah.
Many years in the media. Do you feel fulfilled as a media personality?
I feel I've done a lot, but I still think there's a lot more for me to do. I am glad I'm not in mainstream media now. For me, I've done everything I could do there.
Yeah.
You know, I've done reporting, I've done, you know, national event commentary, you know, I've done news presentation, I've hosted morning show, you know, I've done it all, you know. I really spent time and did everything. I remember they used to say Gifty TV because I was doing everything. Yes, I had to do everything. Now, I don't miss it.
Gifty TV.
Gifty TV, because they said I was doing everything.
Ghana?
I'm the Gifty auntie of the world.
After the break, people, we talk more with Oheneyere Gifty auntie. This is really exciting for me. I mean, I'm really honored to do this. After the break, your life on the standpoint.
Yeah, and after the break, we still continue the story of how she met them.
Oh, yeah.
Because she's trying to dodge
it. To dodge it over there.
We'll come back to it.
I know.
I'm a beneficiary of the Girl in Need Foundation. Some time ago, there was no hope for me to go to school, but through the Girl in Need Foundation, I was able to complete my secondary education.
I quite remember when we completed JHS, things became very, very tough. But with the help of God and the help of this foundation, which is the Girl in Need Child Foundation, now we are who we are today.
And this foundation has really helped me.
So I'm pleading with you that you help with any amount you have.
Please give something out. Donate at least 1 cedi for a girl. Will change one's life.
Remember, your 1 cedi can touch a life out there, can make impact in the life of somebody.
Welcome back. You're on the Standpoint. My name is King. I'm here with Tima, the very beautiful. We're speaking to Dr. Oheneyere Awodanswa. It's hard for me to make the conversion, but I'm trying to do that. Nyami Inimonyam's mother. Don't mind me. I'm not Ashanti. It's hard for me. It's hard for me on the streets. The Standpoint is probably supported by GTP, because the fabric is, and Ophelia Crossland Designs made this beautiful design for Oheneyere, and Paba Cosmetic Products delivered an amazing face that we are looking at today. And also sand beads and all. You see the very glorious beads on her hands. Really tough. And the gorgeous hair is also by Inshallah.
Okay, and it's also supported by House of Foods, Kasapreko Royal Drinks, Awake Purified Drinking Water, Cake Techniques, Dream Oval, Yet Cleaning Services, and of course you're watching us on Joy Prime, as you all know. We are also live on ABN TV on Sky Channel 195 and Virgin TV 842 in the UK. It's just say,
greetings from abroad.
Okay, so Oheneyere, I am coming back to my question.
Back to where we left it.
Yes. I asked where you met your husband, and you got to that point, the rainbow point.
Yes.
Can you continue?
Yeah, that's where I met him. You know, we became friends, and of course, since I had been in the media much longer than he had, you know, he tend to rely on me for contacts, and sometimes he'll send stuff to me to edit for him, and then or discuss the topics that he's going to discuss, talk about on his morning show, and then that's how it started gradually. You know.
So you were friends for how long before you decided?
For about 5 months or something. We're friends.
Friends for 5 months?
No, not 5 months actually. June, July, August, September, October. Yeah, 5 months. Yeah.
Right, Nana is a
I'm
guy.
a good here.
Nana is a guy.
Nana is sharp.
Nana is a very sharp guy.
Okay, so Auntie Bisi, I want to know why you chose the path of feminism. Is it because of your background? Because you told us how you stood up for yourself. You had to even venture into carpentry to, I mean, get to ends meet and all that. Even that was on commission basis.
Right.
So is it because of all the things you've gone through, that is why you took the part of feminism?
Well, that's part of it. And then I also realized that I was, you know, people get surprised because especially it's my father who took care of me and did everything for me, that I should be fighting for women and everything. But somebody once told me that to find your passion, you need to know what you love and what you hate. And in between lies your passion. So I realized I got excited anytime I saw a woman achieving, a woman doing well, a woman happy, a woman doing that. And I got upset when I see a woman being abused, a woman being ill-treated, a woman, you know, something bad happening. I used to get angry. And I always told myself that, listen, I need to do something about it. So throughout my days as a reporter at GBC, I did a lot of human interest stories, and always it's about women or children or, you know, a deprived community. That was what I was just doing. So I guess it was gradually building up. And then I went to do my master's in London, and then I met this lecturer, Christabel Kane, and she said, Gifty, two things. You have two options. You either stay here and be my teaching assistant, or you go back to Ghana and do something to change the lot of Ghanaian and African women.
So did you take that as a challenge?
I took it as a challenge.
Wow.
I took it as a challenge. I said, Christabel, I can't stay here. I love my country. I just want to, I love what I do. So I have to go back to Ghana. I said, okay, then I'll be monitoring you. So I came and I was just trying everything. I was trying to get women involved and everything. I used to host the morning show.
Yeah.
So I used to try and get women to be panelists and all that. But I got to a point, I was still not satisfied. So I decided to have my own show, you know, to bring women, you know, together to talk about issues. And I thought I was going to bring them to talk about the big stuff, the politics and the finances and all that. But when we started, I realized that there were underlying factors that was making it difficult for women to come out. And so we decided to go down to the grassroots to address it, to let women know that it doesn't matter where you're coming from. It doesn't matter your past. It doesn't matter your status. You can still be an achiever. You know, you can still be an achiever, whether you're a single mother, you've been raped before, you've had an abortion before, you're a divorcee, whatever you've been through, you can still be an achiever. So that's how it started.
How would you describe your years with the state broadcaster, GTV, GBC?
I'll say that everything I know and I have become, I would say thank you to GTV, because it nurtured me. I mean, I went through all the experiences. There were those who I thought was so hard on me, but I learned a lot from them. You know, today they see me and they are proud of what I'm doing and what I'm achieving by the grace of God. I learned everything. I tried my hands at everything, you know, and because of that, I can withstand anything that comes, and I can work with anything that comes my way. You know, there are days I turn up and things are not going right. Equipment, camera, you know, it's not working, makeup is not here. I will still work with it.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't have regrets at all with my 17 years experience at GBC. I mean, I'm always grateful, and there's no way my history will be written that GBC will not be mentioned.
GBC.
Yes,
Absolutely.
Okay, Oheneyere, did it get to a point in your life where you felt like giving up on marriage and giving birth?
It wasn't like giving up on marriage. Marriage was never a big thing for me, but it was always on my heart to have a child.
Why
I
wasn't
loved
it
it.
a big thing for you?
I don't know, it could be because I came from a broken home. And secondly, because my father didn't make it an issue, didn't drum it in my head that you have to marry, or marry is the ultimate. I'd always admired married people, you know, especially when I go to a home or watch a TV and people are mother, father at a table, and then the children, they are eating. I was like, oh, wow, this is beautiful. I wish I could experience it. But it wasn't a major issue for me. But I wanted to have a child. I so much wanted to have a child, you know. I tell you, you have no idea. I so much wanted to have a child of my own. But it got to a time when I felt like it may not happen.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it may not happen.
Was that your greatest fear then?
Yes, that I could not have a child of my own. So I was just like, okay, I would adopt. It's no big deal, you know. If I would adopt, I would love, you know, the child all the same. And then, lo and behold, God works in mysterious ways. It just took a winding way, but eventually I got to have my one.
So
why that name? Is there any special reason for that name?
I tell people that I had a child at a time when my age group, some of them had grandchildren. You know, I had my child at a point when I had given up on myself, when a lot had been said. But when I got pregnant and I had a child, it brought so many people hope. Lots of people were encouraged that if it happened to Gifty, it can happen to me. You know, and my marriage did the same thing, gave a lot of people a lot of hope that it doesn't matter how long it takes, if in God's own time to beautiful. So I think from the very first month of my pregnancy, I just started saying, Nyami, I'll just put a Nyami and you, and my husband would go like, are you the one going to give my child a name? But I didn't mind. I always said it. So for me, the birth of my child brought a lot of glory to God. It is the manifestation of the glory of God. That when you do His business, He will take care of it. You know, I have a foundation, the Girl in Need Foundation. Yes. And I was being insulted that because I don't have a child, that's why I'm taking care of other people's children. And some of the children you take care of, they betray you, they say stuff about you later and everything. And it was painful, but it didn't stop me. I kept going. And I just feel that it is God's way of saying that I see your labor. Wow. And He just crowned me with the glory of a child.
So in your almost 49 years.
Yes, I'm almost a year away from 50.
Of
50
living.
should be a grand.
Which of those years has been most fulfilling?
That's a tough one. You know, every single of those years with my dad was fulfilling. And then the year of my pregnancy.
Quite amazing.
It was mixed. I was scared. I was happy. I was anxious. I wanted to tell the whole world. At the same time, I had to keep quiet. It was, I think, during my 8th month that it came out. Because my husband works at Joy FM. Somehow a picture leaked. I still suspect him. But he says it's not him.
I think you should suspect Tima too. Tima is one of the Kokosai Boulevard.
And then whispered to me that you are somebody who adores your father like nothing in this world. You love him so much. Is there any special reason behind that?
Because my father just sacrificed so much for us. He sacrificed, not just me, all his children. You know, it's quite recently that my big sister shared with me that when she was pregnant, she was pregnant at a point and she miscarried. She was at home with dad alone, and my dad took his shirt and was cleaning her bleeding.
Wow.
You know, and I didn't know this, and I just get this guy and he said, I was also saying, yes, that's what dad did. And dad rushed to the market to go and buy stuff for her, to take care of her and everything. That time she was going through really tough times. And that was my dad. He would go to the extent, every extent, to make sure that his children are comfortable. My mother and my father broke up, I think, when I was just 6 months or so. At the time my father died, I was 35 years. He never remarried.
Wow.
He never. Because he said he didn't want anybody to come and mess up the life of his children. That was it.
So how many are you? Your
8.
siblings? You're 8.
8.
kids.
I'm
Are you the last one?
I'm the last of 8.
We have some questions.
You're
from
the last baby.
Last baby.
last baby. Yeah.
Let's take some Facebook questions,
Some
right?
Facebook questions. This is from
Okay.
Ajua De Mununkum. She says, "What are your deepest fears?"
My deepest fears are that I will not be able to help people who really need my help. That scares me. That scares me. Like right now, quite recently, I had a call from a young man in Germany who said he watched a bit of me. You know, I do have this a bit of me that I do this, and like a nuggets of wisdom that I do, and it's given him so much hope because he was about to commit suicide because of what he's just 28 years.
Wow.
And he said he actually brought his girlfriend to Germany to help, and then something happened, and I just wish I was there too. So immediately I gave him my number, and every morning for the past how many months, every morning I said, let me know your schedule. Let me know when you're going to work. Let me know when you come back. So I'm always in constant communication with him. And now I realize that he's settling his stable. The calls I get from young ladies telling me that Auntie Gifty, he's coming. Somebody being abused by her own father or stepfather or uncle, and he's coming and they're scared. You know, and I'm too far away from them. It just scares me. I wish I could help everybody, but sometimes I feel so helpless. Can't do anything.
Another one is, what are your deepest insecurities?
Insecurities. I become insecure when I'm really broke.
Okay, so Oheneyere, another comment says, what do you regret most in life?
I have many regrets, you know. But I regret, I don't know if it's a regret, but I wish my father were alive. You know, I wish my father were alive to see me married, to see me have a child, to see me, you know, in the midst of royalty. And in December, on the 8th of December 2018, I was honored by the people of Bonre. And they gave me a very special kente, you know, the first of its kind, and for promoting kente and, you know, promoting our tradition and culture. And if my father were alive, it would have been, you know, he would have been so excited. And then the same 2000, I think in November, the people of Manya Krobo also honored me with a title called Yukama. That's a virtuous woman or ideal woman for what I do for women and children. And these are traditional authorities that are honored. I mean, you can see the awards and all that, you know, by organizations and all that, but traditional authorities, I mean, you would have been over the moon.
Wow.
Over the moon. But I wish, but there are things that have happened in my life, a relationship, I was like, oh God, you know, kind of thing.
Okay, final question is, what is that one thing many people do not know about Oheneyere?
That I'm a very, but what did they know about me? They don't know a lot about me. But I'm a very homely person. Wow. I'm a people person. I'm out there, but when I'm home, I can stay in my house for 1 week without stepping out. And just, even before I got married, and, you know, after some time, it's just me and my daughter. My husband has to go and do his traditional stuff and wherever he has to go to.
It's the best way, though. It saves you from a lot of trouble.
I just.
So what's Gifty Auntie's favorite color?
Red.
Red? Because you have too many West stuff over here.
And the thing is, you know, I was conceived at Aflao.
Oh, really?
Born at Chebi, raised in Tema. So you can see why I'm conceived
at Aflao.
I was conceived
on the border.
I thought I was a policeman there.
Okay. So what's Gifty's favorite food?
Kokonte with Ghana soup
and
nkrumah on top, and then the soup must be zoo soup, you know, everything there inside.
That's what you call zoo soup.
Zoo soup, the fish, crab, you know, goat, beef.
Wow.
Everything there inside.
Wow.
Yeah.
So when it comes to wine, red or white?
I'm not a wine person.
No wine person?
No. I'm not a wine person.
So Jack or JJ?
Hey.
That's a serious one over there.
Don't edit that out. Don't edit that out.
You know,
Jack or JJ?
Rollins is my relative.
Wow.
Yes, we found out quite recently, long after she's become, the first lady. I just found, I think 2 years ago, I found out that she's my relative. So if you realize she was at my daughter's outdooring, my daughter's 1 year anniversary, she was there. She's my relative. So
is it father's side or mother's side?
Father's side. And then interestingly, when I was growing up, President Fly Lieutenant Rollins' mother lived opposite us in Tema.
Oh,
so
wow.
his mother is like my grandmother.
Wow.
We used to go to the house to go and play. So in the 83 and 84, when the hunger period, I was never hungry. Because you didn't like the Rollins. I go to Auntie's house and I'll get kinke to eat or bread or something.
Great insight.
Yes.
Back to it.
Yes.
John Ajekum Kofor or Jerry John Rollins?
Both of them.
Oh, you have to make a choice. It's a choice.
This choice I would not make. This choice I refuse to make.
Do you have plans of having another child?
Somebody made a comment on my show quite recently that do not ask questions that only God has answers to.
Oh no.
This one you must in God's hands. It is in God's hands. If it happens, I will say glory to God. But if it's just in Unyam, I say, Lord, you are super. Because I wasn't expecting it. And it has come. And I'm loving it. I'm cherishing it. If it happens again, Charlie, I'll grab with both hands.
This has been absolutely exciting. Absolutely. I'd like to thank you so much for, calling on me to do this. Of course, with Tima,
Don't talk for me.
This is a great opportunity. It's quite amazing.
Yeah.
Tima in yellow.
Before this, I had met you just once, Captain.
Yes.
And since then, I just started watching you, and I know that you're doing so well.
Thank you.
You are going places.
Thank you.
You're going places, and Ghana is just too small for you. Honestly, I'm not
Really
saying it
too
because
small.
that's too small. That's too small
true.
for you. And I met Tima too. I'd known Tima. I'd watched her a few times on TV, and then finally we met at a program, where I was on a shoe, also won an award. And when she told her story, I was like, wow, this is somebody I'd love to draw closer to me. So I said, these are two people. This is a special program, and my two special people.
Amazing.
Thank you so much. I still think I'm dreaming, because this is like a dream I was having when I was growing up. She's the reason why I took the journalism path, because I always wanted to be like her. I read like her. Everything about me is Oheneyere Gifty auntie. So I want to be like her. I want to even marry a king because of her.
Well, you have a king on the show.
Yes, I don't want this king. Okay. And in the beginning, I also said I didn't want that king.
Thank you so much for watching. This has been a real honor for me. My name is King. God bless you all for watching all over the world.
I suffered so many discrimination. Even when I was in school, like they used to call me snakes, worms, and stuff like that. But when I grew up, I realized that whilst calling me snake, would you be able to be in the same class with animals, like that kind of thing? Then I just think it all. Oh, I don't mind it. It's because we're children, so they don't understand. So, yeah. So, and some of the amazing stuff I do too, I see it to be very challenging for normal people too. I climb mountains, I go to sailing, I go for hiking, I go for camping.
Growing up, I liked Superman, I liked Spider-Man, I liked others.
Right.
I never saw anybody who looked like me. And representation matters.
Okay. Yes, of course.
No matter.
Representation matters. Absolutely.
In all aspects of our life, whether it's in the media, whether it is in fashion, whether it is in the banking industry or whatever industry you find yourself in, representation matters. Because when you see somebody who looks like you, it makes you aspire to want to do more.
Yeah.
Because you see, that person can do, so why can't I do it?
Did you get a girlfriend? You know, I know many of you wonder and you keep asking yourself, why does she like mentioning her age like that? Why does she like talking about herself and sharing her experiences? Well, this is me. This is what you've got. But on a serious note, apart from the fact that I'm in the business of getting people to tell their stories on my show to get a program going, I believe that whatever happens to me, good or bad, it's not just about me, but it's for the greater good. It's for a bigger audience. It's so that other people can benefit. It's so that other people can be impacted. So yes, I like to share my story. I like to talk about things that have happened to me. I like to talk about things that are going on in my life. We live in a society where that is not really acceptable. But hey, I love to be the odd one out. And I can dare say that through my sharing of my story and of myself and of the things I do and my journey, other people have been impacted. Other people have been motivated. Other people have dared to be different and to stand up and to be achievers. So yes, it hasn't been an easy journey. It hasn't been an easy journey. But through it all, I've learned to work with whatever I'm given. I've learned to work with whatever I have. I've learned to trust God and have faith in God and believe that no matter how dire the circumstances or the situation, He will sort me out somehow. He will sort me out somehow. I don't know about you, but I live my life day in and day out. Day in and day out, believing and trusting that God will direct my path. It doesn't mean I sit at one place, no. I like to get my hands dirty. There have been times I've been helping people when I have nothing, but I'll be out there raising funds to help other people. There have been times when I am crying, but I'll get people to laugh. It is never about just us. It is always about a bigger picture. So when we learn to look beyond our own circumstances, to see how we are affecting other people, things become easier. That's not to say that you don't have to think about yourself. Hey, it's okay to be selfish sometimes, to think about you, yourself, and you. You know, but most of the time, think about the bigger picture. Think about the greater good. Think about the impact that you'll make. Don't be afraid to share your story. Don't be afraid to find your voice. Don't be afraid to cry in the daylight. Don't keep crying in the shower. Be you. Be you. Don't let anybody, due to how they have treated you, make you become something you are not. Thanks for watching The Standpoint. And as Kwame Sifakan would say, when you say a prayer, say one for me too. Thanks for watching. See you same time next week. Bye for now.